Yeah, it's always frustrating when you don't win at home because it's important, but to concede so late in the game and then to respond is a positive. And I think if it wasn't for AD Frunch, we'd have won the game. I think she made some excellent saves, and yeah, I'll leave it at that.
There was a lot of emotion on that second equalizer. What were some of the...
Well, their goal was offside, so that's why I was emotional about our goal, because their goal shouldn't have stood. It hit Caitlin Fortiel and goes in. She's 10 yards offside. I don't understand why it's not offside.
You guys had quite a crowd tonight. Just talk about the energy from the fans, and did you guys carry that in, especially into the second half? Seemed like you guys were playing a little bit on your heels in the first half, the first part of the first half, but once you started getting some things going, was it feeding off the crowd?
Yeah, a little bit. I think that their goal was a bit of a sucker punch, and, you know, football's cruel. Our player goes down injured, they kick it back to us, but they kick it out for a goal kick, which is not the most sportsman-like thing, but that's fine. And from that, they end up scoring a goal, so take that what you will. And it was a great finish by Sink, you know, fantastic finish, but to concede when we were down to 10, obviously with Mandy off, was disappointing. I think that took the life out of us a little bit, but we responded well. I thought we were the better team in the back end of the first half. We started to move the ball. We started to find the space that we knew we could find in the game. We were a bit braver on the ball. And we managed to get Kristen 1v1 for the goal and a couple of other opportunities where we got the ball higher up the pitch. And then, yeah, I thought we took that momentum into the second half.
Can you speak to how Vero changed the game? Because it seemed like once she came on, the attack for the whole team improved drastically. Just what are your thoughts there?
I think the game was so stretched at that point, you know, in the 75th minute, that's where Vero comes alive, in those little pockets of space where she can play the pass, whatever the pass is at that moment in time. And just to get her out there, I think that's, you know, over the last few weeks since Vero's been injured, I think that's what we've missed, is we've just missed that person that can slow the game down when it needs to be slowed down, can find the penetrating pass when it needs to be penetrated, can play a cultured ball over the top when it needs to be cultured, and we've just missed that. We have so much industry, grit, determination in this team, but when we didn't have Vero in those games, especially last week in Sky Blue, I felt that we just missed that opportunity to really punish teams, and she brings us that, and she definitely brought a spark when she came on.
Are you glad to kind of get this game out of the way, having all the players back, and now you'll be full strength for, you know, the rest of the season?
Well, fingers crossed. Let's hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first game back for these guys is always difficult. Obviously, it's so good to have them back. They bring such a positive energy. All of them, all the World Cup players, actually. Just a real bump, and I think that you saw that in our play tonight. They played in the World Cup. They're World Cup champions for a reason, and I think they showed that tonight.
Not just the U.S. players, but every goal that was scored tonight was by somebody who was over in France for the last, 30 to 60 days, depending on. Do you think that's a little bit of kind of a taste of things to come in the league with just how much of the level of play is going to get better from here on out, and how you guys kind of have to match that, I guess, with it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this league is the most competitive. It's the most exciting. It's the most dramatic every week because of the level of player that we have in it. You know, I'm a huge fan of us not playing when the World Cup's on as much as we do, and this is one of the reasons why, because this is what people want to see. This is the product that we love. This is what we turn up every day wanting to do, and it's nothing against the players that aren't at the World Cup, but the players that aren't at the World Cup love playing with these players too, you know? So I think that, yeah, this league is phenomenal, and tonight is a really good example of that. I think you saw last week in Portland's game actually against Orlando, and really another exciting game. And we sort of hold down the fort during the World Cup. I wish we didn't have to do that. And then in this back end now, we've got the half the season left to play in such a short space of time that it's going to be exciting going down to the end. And I think from our perspective, we needed to get back on the right track. Tonight was some really good positive things. I think the biggest positive is chances created, shots taken. I don't think we've had that in the last 3 games collectively. So I think that just shows what a difference some of our attack-minded players can bring to this team. And we have to build on it, because getting a point at home, we're getting back on track, but it's still not exactly what we want. And I'm always told that luck turns round, and we didn't get any luck, 0 actually tonight, off anyone. So I'm hoping that can turn around in the weeks to come, because this group has something about them. I've said it all season, that's special, and we lost a little bit of our way, I think, in the last month. But I felt that tonight we got back on track in a positive way, but still loads of things to work on.
You just kind of alluded to it, but do you think with the attacking players back and how good you guys are generally defensively, do you think you can be really good this second half of the season?
Yeah, 100%. I totally believe in this group. I think that we have the balance, the players. We have to keep everyone healthy. You know, I think that you saw when Vero comes on, she's a huge, huge part of this team. We need to keep everyone healthy, as available as possible. Drag them through times where it's going to be tough for them. Tonight was really tough for Kristen, Kelly and Becky because of the journey that they've been on to get to this game. And credit to them, because I thought that they put in an absolute shift, all 3 of them. But yeah, we have talent in this team, there's no question. We worked really hard in pre-season to find who we wanted to be. We started off the season really well and showed that. We carried that on a little bit through the World Cup. We had a little a little drop off in the last month. But I feel that when we all believe in what we're doing, when we're on the right page, when we're all working on the same hymn sheet, we're a threat. And Portland are a very good team. And I thought in the second half, we completely dominated except for that goal. So